Hello and welcome to another side play. Me, GamerWolfSix, with I promise, a game about Christmas and kissing boys. I mean, there's a picture of it. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can't get it on an FA because the Dropbox is empty. But I did look for it and found it on F95. It's like a site where you can download games of, certain types of content, H games, but this one isn't H, but it's still on there. Hyena. Thank you, F95. You get us free games, even if it is kind of sketchy, in a way. Sketchy, that being, getting it for getting around paywalls and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, that was the before we start. Yeah, on the side play, we skimmed over the intro and then went a small bit further because I completely, forgot about all the context of this game, and, playing the previous game, which is Great Troubles, it gave us more context. So, we're gonna continue it because I love Christmas and kissing boys. Ooh ooh. So, reset my face and start. Later in the evening, we're invited to the campfire. Marshmallows and scary stories. What could be better? And I'm going to be too long in my room and have to go to the campfire alone. The hall seems empty. Or so I thought. A spooky Christmas child? When I'm about to turn the corner, I hear the teacher's voice. He stands in front of the exit, blocking the way. Oh, it's him and his squeeze. Yes, I'm listening. Will? Not that again. I eavesdrop on something I shouldn't. It's bad to interrupt, but eavesdropping is even worse. Last time, it was definitely unnecessary, so that's canonical. I didn't expect your call. How is it going in Finland? Noises. Cold. Dicker in the tree with brothers. Finland. Wow. Our doctor is from far away. Celebration is going full steam. The kids are preparing the campfire. They're going to tell stories and scare each other. Like always. Like you've never been to school trips. You haven't? You missed so much in life. Don't remind me. Bennett laughs a little. When you get back, I can take you and my son there. Ooh? He has La Familia. Those scary stories are perfect for your braveness. I bet you'll both tremble like leaves. On the other side, I can hear resented mumbling and grumbling. Looks like the doctor doesn't agree much with such an insult on his bravery. Bennett continues to tease. Norbert? Was that his name? And they eventually take it outside. This is my chance to leave unseen. I hope eavesdropping won't become a habit of mine. It is kind of weird that, I don't know, it's not like this character comes out of, is like, nothing I've seen stuff of him in certain context when I'm looking at E61, but it's kind of weird that, I don't know, I look up Scott and it's like, he has 34 images in E621 and it's like, yeah, his content came and went 7 to 8 years ago. Everyone gathered in the evening air. Kids clustered around the campfire, and someone started to roast some marshmallows. But marshmallows are not going to be the main event tonight. I make myself comfortable and prepare to listen. Let us begin. I used to live nearby and heard stories about some family. It's not easy to make a living in a resort area, but they managed. Even though their parents spent most of the time doing night shift work. Is this gonna be... What is that one movie? The one about the family sent to look after the hotel? The Shining? What does The Shining mean anyways? Night shift work. They had 3 kids. The eldest boy was about 15. The younger 2 sisters were just 6. One night, the parents were once again working another overtime night shift. The eldest brother put the twins in bed and sat near the fireplace to do his homework. Suddenly, The dog outside started to bark. What? So wait, there's dogs? He was barking like crazy. The son became worried, but kept doing his homework anyways. Then the dog stopped barking, and someone knocked on the door. At first it was quiet, but then the knocking became louder and louder. The eldest son was scared, but still came to the door and asked, "Who's there?" The woman's old, nasty, hoarse voice answered him. "Thomas, my boy, open the door." He shivered. It wasn't his mom for sure. He felt that he must not open the door. His sisters woke up and came downstairs while the knocking continued. At first, the girls thought it was their parents. Then someone behind the door shouted, "Tom, open the door! I'm hungry! I'm so hungry!" The voice changed into a man's voice. "Curse you! I'm hungry! Give me one of your sisters!" Thomas was terrified. Something outside longed for their flesh. One of the twins quickly went to the back door, and Thomas only noticed when the door slammed shut. He was dialing the police when the voice came outside to calm down. The kid wanted to go look for his sister, but the policeman on the phone forbid him from leaving his other sister alone. When the police came, he gathered enough courage and went outside. What he saw terrified him. Their beloved dog was lying down in the snow, and blood was everywhere. The police said it was some kind of wild animal. Wolf, or perhaps cougar. But animals can't talk. Thomas knew for sure. So it was like a wendigo or something? Or what is it called? Things that look human or animal-like but aren't 100% quite like that, like a skinwalker or something. A week later, they found his sister's body. It was torn apart. Nobody knows what attacked her. I feel uncomfortable. I should probably go back to my room. Scared, eh? Of course. I want cute stories. You have no idea, chicken. You know, it's not my first time here. I've heard a story. Many years ago, there was a winter that was particularly cold, much colder than this year. The wind cut to your bones, your eyelashes stuck together, and fingers turned into icicles if you forgot to wear gloves. I remember it being so cold in Colorado that, like, back then I used to have facial hair, and, like, I remember, like, underneath my nose there's, like, icicles on, like, the mustachy part of your face. I would have beard there. On one of those cold days, 9 kids played hide and seek. It was time to go home. They found one kid was missing. It wasn't an accident. The other kids avoided him and never went to play with him, but his mother, who worked here, forced them to take him in. They had no choice, so they had no choice. The other kids were happy together, and every time they got carried away with playing hide and seek, they conveniently forgot to find him. Sooner or later, he'd always come home, but that last time, he didn't. Everyone went looking for him for several days. They searched the surrounding woods thoroughly many times. They found him on the 4th day. Guess where? In the pond? Under the snow? There was an avalanche? Yeah, and nobody noticed it. Maybe in the forest? There was no other place to get lost there. Yes, in the forest. His frozen, stiff body was blue and decapitated. They never found the head. Since then, his troubled spirit wanders the forests, stalking lone travelers and decapitating them if they're in the forest after midnight. Okay, but what about the ghost child that we actually saw? They tried many times to build a fence around the forest, but the next morning they found that somebody or something had cut a hole in it. Ew, disgusting. Disgusting. Why would he decapitate other people? He takes revenge on all the kids because nobody helped him. Let's go to the forest and check it out. That is, if you're not scared. Like, we have nothing better to do than freezing our asses off because you want it. No way. And your story is too unrealistic. I have a better one. Once a group of friends, I think they were students from university decided to ski down the highest mountain. The group of friends were fairly large, so they divided into two groups to use the cable car. The first group reached the top and waited for their friends on the next lift behind them. But then the cable car reached them. It was empty. They kept on waiting and waiting. The next group came, but these weren't their friends. Skiing down was not very fun, since they couldn't stop thinking about their friends, who they thought decided to play a bad joke on them. In the evening, they looked around the whole resort, but still couldn't find them. Police investigation was long and thorough, but they didn't find any traces. It's concluded they had just left the boring resort unceremoniously. A year later, at the very same day, resort workers found 6 dead bodies in one of the cable cars. They were almost completely decayed, naked skeletons with rare patches of rotting skin. Their clothes were faded and in very poor state, like it was used for decades. DNA tests showed it was indeed the missing students' bodies, but the bones were much older than they would have been. So Liv got trapped in a time loop? Exactly. Now, have I heard something like that before? Like the Cube or something like that? Since then, other people disappeared occasionally, but no skeletons were found anymore. Wonder where they got trapped. Why didn't they go out of the cable car? Maybe there's nothing to go out to? Like, no space? Yeah, and this is much more real than my story? You should read less comic books. Oh, come on, don't ruin the mood. My turn now. A long time ago, my mom was a kid. She was here on vacation with her parents. And a strange case happened. The local kids believed if you make a snow rabbit and leave it for the night, cute magical rabbits will appear at your doorstep at midnight. For the whole day, they made snow animals, hoping to see real ones at night. They almost used all the coal from the fireplace to make little eyes and noses. My grandpa and grandma forbade Mom from using to make snow figures with the other kids while she soaked her boots the day before. Since she had soaked her boots the day before, and they haven't dried yet. My mom stood looking jealously through the windows at the other kids who had fun. On the following morning, all the kids were gone. The only clue left were tracks of some huge animal footprints in the snow. The worried parents mobilized and went out to the snow to follow the trail that led them into the forest. The trail was very long. They had been walking until dark. The woods became denser and the tree trunks thicker, as they almost came to the center of the forest. Then, right on midnight, the parents came to a small opening where they found something really strange. The bodies? Hey, don't interrupt me. They found snowmen. Exactly, mentioning the number of missing kids. The angry father thought the kids were just messing with him and forced them to wander in the cold forest just to get attention. So he smashed one of the snowmen. And he found his frozen to death son inside. Wow, that's creepy. How do you sleep after that? What are you scared of? Wait, what are you scared of? If that's true, his mom wouldn't have let him come here. If she got tired and decided to get rid of him, I'd better get rid of you. This will be a nice tale for the next visit. So, 2 things. This kind of reminds me of... Oh, fuck, what was it? That one spooky story from Morinatsu, which just comes out of nowhere, because, like, you go into, like, some kind of thing, you're looking for tickets, one of you loses your tickets or something like that, and the story... And the shopkeeper's like, let me tell you the scary story about a kid who's poor and was bullied and then got an infection, and then the infection got worse, but the parents couldn't afford the money, and the kid died, and then the bully had this scary dream where the kid's there going, well, if you don't want your life, I'm gonna take it. And then there's a jump scare, and then it's like, okay, so why is it that we have like a 10-20 minute side thing about a scary story just because one person loses their tickets? Or Natsu, what's wrong with you? But then also the scary story that for some reason I think the first one reminded me of was like there's this dog, there was this girl, and there was the dog under the bed, and when she was scared, she'd put her hands under the bed or beside the bed, and the dog would lick it. And then one night, she was hearing some sound that's worried her. She put her hand underneath the bed, and the dog licked it. But then, and she would try to go to bed, but she kept on hearing the sound, and she put her hand under the bed, and the dog would lick it. But then she kept hearing the dripping sound, and I forgot it was dripping sound. At which point she was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. And then she went to like a closet or a bathroom, and found the dog with its throat cut, and the dripping sound was its blood. And then it's like, oh, and the licking underneath the bed was actually the killer. Which is, you know, I guess some kind of Japanese story, scary story, but also like in JoJo's parts, Diamond is Unbreakable. What would that be for? Basically the one that has ponchos and stuff. Oh, I guess a couple of other ponchos. But you know, Diamond's Unbreakable. He's that face. What is our time? 16 minutes? Okay. Damn, we're out of marshmallows. Scott, could you bring some more? Yes, wait a moment. There's a simple rule. Whoever sits on the edge runs errands. Compared to the campfire, it's really quiet inside the lounge. Right, I need the white package with the marshmallows. I should have asked what it looked like actually. Nothing here. Or here either. Looking for this? Nice, I got lucky. Or not? I look at the guy. Thanks. Why does it have to be him? I want to turn around and leave, but something stops me. He sits there, all alone. Maybe he isn't on good terms with the others? It's Christmas tomorrow. Could it be that he's going to spend it alone? I feel sorry for him? I don't know. I don't want to leave it like that. Would you like to join us? We're sitting at the campfire, telling silly ghost stories. He gives me an appraising glance. Thinks for several moments and says, no. I hope he'd say otherwise. Aren't you bored? No. And thanks for the offer. Why did you ask me? Because nice company near a campfire is more fun than sitting here all alone. Nice company? Are you joking? Why? They're your classmates too. Are you having problems getting along with them? We've met for the first time today, haven't we? Are you the new guy? You make it sound like everyone should know who you are, Your Highness. What's wrong with being new? Yes, I transferred recently. I see. This is getting more and more amusing. What classes are you from? 2-2, high school. And you? It's a secret. 2-2, huh? Now, it's really wonderful. Are you perhaps a baseball player? That's right. Is this some kind of joke? I'm wondering if this means that we chose Chris's route, because we did choose snowboarding, which is Chris, I guess. So I wonder if we chose skiing, it would be Vincent's. And he would say, oh, you chose photography or something? I mean, I don't think... No, wait, it would be photography because you'd be with him, maybe, or working with him, I don't know. So you know me, or do know me? Nope. He looks at me strangely again, but I don't feel empty this time. He looks like he's pitying me? Say hello to Scott, where are you? Oh, I almost forgot about my important mission to get marshmallows. Sorry, I got carried away with the conversation. Gabriel, did you say something? I missed it. Never mind. Did I interrupt something? No, it's nothing important. Let's go. Who was that? Wow, and I thought Vincent knew everyone in school. Some guy from another class. His name is Gabriel Royales. Something wrong? No, maybe I'm just imagining things. Let's go. They're waiting for us. Is Gabriel Royales also a magical person? Right, marshmallows. Went to bed 10 minutes ago. Lights are off, and the darkness is pretty convenient for talks. Vincent couldn't sleep. Couldn't have fallen asleep so fast. Maybe he'll agree to bear with me for a while. Vincent? Yes? How are you? Am I being serious? I'm just surprised he answered so immediately. Good. And you? He decided to play along, or did he simply not notice the awkwardness in my question? Anyways, I don't really have anything specific to talk about. Same. How do you like today? You're really good at everything. It's a shame you're not going to be a professional athlete. The world is missing out. Are you giving me a praise? Heh, thanks. But you're exaggerating. Not at all. Actually, my parents forced me to join a certain winter sports club for a while. Ice hockey, I guess? Yeah. I was interested, yes. But nothing serious. Not to the point of dedicating my life to it. I'm more interested in telling my thoughts and feelings to other people, rather than overcoming my physical limits and making rivals with other athletes. Vincent once said he wanted to become a writer of sorts. I think he started something serious, but he hasn't allowed me to see his work yet. Speaking of rivalry, though, that about sums up his relationship with Christopher. Are you interested in sports? I mean, you're in the baseball club. It's harder than I thought, but it's fun. Still, it's just a way to kill time. I don't plan to continue after school. I'm just a newbie, too. Would you like to try something else, perhaps? Like frothing? Is that how you pronounce it? Do you believe me at all? Wait, you don't believe in me at all? I said that with obvious irony, but Vincent still started to apologize. Of course I do. Sorry, I should not have said that. Relax, I'm just kidding. It's only a club. Right, but you chose. I waited for a while, but he didn't finish. Should I change the topic? So tell me about ice hockey. Well, my dad forced me to go for a few months. You probably knew the rules. And there's really nothing much else to tell. Know the rules. My heart hurts a bit. I know that disgusting feeling. Envy. It's great to have a father. I wonder what my father was like. Mom never said anything about him. The only thing I have is a wrinkled photo of a happy family. His face is smeared with black Sharpie on it. Are you asleep? What? You became quiet, and I thought you fell asleep. No, keep talking with the best boy. I might make a mess for asking, but I want to know what it means to have a real, full family. Sorry to change the topic, but could you tell me about your family? I could. Why? You said you had a dad. Your dad brought you to ice hockey club. I'm curious what it's like. Vincent sighs heavily. It was great a long time ago. Exactly what you'd probably imagine. Typical, normal American family. Mother, father, son. Actually, I'm not very... never mind. What I was gonna say. Gonna say he's actually... not cis or something? Anyways. Well, my father thought that many hobbies were not manly enough. My many hobbies. So he brought me to play ice hockey instead. At first I was eager. I never skipped practice. But you can't run away from yourself. I dropped out. They didn't like it. Well, there was something else they didn't like too. Like me being in love with men. The truth is, I had a hard time saying something. It must be important. I'm a coward. In the end, we had a little quarrel, and I moved to the school dorms. Sorry, my story is boring and trivial, really. I made him sad. Why can't I keep my mouth shut? So, I'm having to assume that maybe... Sorry, I have to move my legs. Romancing him isn't canonical, or maybe because I'd have to assume it's us choosing snowboarding, it might not be canonical, at least to this route. I should be the one to apologize. I thought you had a great family, and just asked without thinking. I'm fine now. I mean, I'm here with you guys. I feel much better. It's great, isn't it? It's not great at all. His parents destroyed their family because of stupid ice hockey? That's brutal. Or is it something else? I have this feeling he's hiding something. But I have no right to torment him any further. Hey, come on. He's worried about me. I'm such a tactless guy. I wonder if his kindness has any limits. I think this Christmas is going to be wonderful. You promised me, remember? His voice became warm, and he came back to my senses. No time to be sad. It's Christmas tomorrow. You'll see. It's gonna be awesome. I like Inspired's got better. I mean, I like you in any form. Especially Nick. But now you seem inspired, and I sort of want you to be happy. Oh, here I go again. Sorry, I said something stupid. Don't mind me. Don't mind that, please. You're not listening, are you? I couldn't stop laughing from his confused look. He's very funny when he's embarrassed. Vince is such a good guy. And now he's sulking at me because I can't stop giggling. Stop laughing. It's in the middle of the night. Oh! We gave each other sheepish looks and started to laugh out loud. I'm calling the police, I swear. Vince, Scott, you're gonna be arrested, you hear? Oh great, it's gonna be that one Roots from the previous game. It was hard to calm down, but we managed to. After we whispered to each other for a while, until we fell asleep. Oh, come on. I woke up in the middle of the night again. Well, with us getting to the limits, but what do we want to call it? This is a 26-minute mark, and I feel like this isn't going to be like, and we woke up and then fell back asleep. Sorry. But, yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this Let's Play, or side play. We're the good boys. Though, if we were going to have a bunch of time, I was going to go like, let's see what happens if we ski. Though, maybe we'll do that for another thing, because we do have padding to do, Because it's like, well, it's going to be a while since I do the Broken Harbors quick look, and then, and there's the side play. So, anyways, that's going to be the end of this one. So, comment, guys, like, something you like, dislike, tips, or otherwise. If you like me YouTube and likes it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the latest epic and please don't spend your ammo to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on F95 Zone. You can either go there or type in Google, I Promise, visual novel, and then go through one of the links on the front page. That's how I found it on F95, and that's how you find it. And until spay neuter ammos, and until next time, another side play. GamerWolfSix of I Promise. Game about promising things. So thanks and see ya.